mantra. So let's just take a few breaths to focus and get ready for our practice. Oh. Morning, Devinder. So inhale, hands to heart center. We'll do the Chinnamasta mantra 4 times. All together, taking a breath in. Om Shreem Hreem Hreem I'm Vajra Vairo Chaniye Hum Hum Fat Swaha. Om Shreem Hreem Hreem I'm Vajra Vairo Chaniye Hum Hum Fat Swaha. Om Shreem Hreem Hreem I'm Vajra Vairo Chaniye Hum Hum Fat Swaha. Om Shreem Hreem Hreem I'm Vajra Vairo Chaniye Hum Hum Fat Swaha. All together, Om. Take a breath in. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And release the pose, and let's all meet in Tadasana. Hey, Mia. Hey, Mia, one quick question. Were you okay with the sun salutations on your own?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
I didn't do it, perfectly, but yeah, it was good. Thank you.
Okay, okay, good, good. All right, I'll meet you guys in Tadasana at the top of your mat. As I'm getting set up, you also set up that nice alignment from the toes, bottom of the feet, all the way up. Once you're in Tadasana, close your eyes. Soften the belly. And stay here and find that nice, easy, even breath. Always trying to find that balance of muscular contraction to hold the integrity of the pose, and yet have a nice relaxed belly and chest so the diaphragm can descend and ascend. All right, let's keep with the 8 sun salutations. We'll go through the first couple slowly together. Open your eyes, hands open, inhale up. Looking at your hands, hold here, drop the shoulders. Check your alignment. Hands together, exhale to your heart. In this position, just do a little check that you have equal pressure on each hand. Shoulders are rolled back, maintaining that exterior rotation as needed for your body. In the hips, knees. Continuing, inhale to back bend. Hold here.
First one of the day, so take it easy. Keep lifting up out of the hips, lengthening the spine. Exhale, forward fold, your choice, how you want to come down today.
Just hang out here. Go ahead, let the shoulders drop towards the ears, tuck the chin. Some like movement, some like stillness to warm up, so just do what feels good for you without losing the integrity of that lower body and the alignment of ankle, knees, hip. If it's comfortably in your practice, hands come on the mat, fingers in line with the toes. Look up. Inhale, step the right foot back, hold here, square the hips, lengthen the back. Exhale to a full lunge. The challenge here is to see if we can have our hands flat on the mat, fingers in line with the toes, without rounding the back or rounding the shoulders. So that means we need to open up through the right hip flexor, bring the tailbone down, but still lengthen the head so that we have a nice line, no matter what angle we're in, from the tailbone to the top of the head. From here, hamstring stretch. As you exhale, you bring the hips back over the right knee and lengthen the left leg. Left toes are up. Adding the element of that nice balanced breath takes the practice from merely being stretching and gymnastics to taking the focus inward and really working on that subtle energy in the body. Also helps connect you with your central nervous system to calm and slow it down. Inhale, let's come back to the lunge. I'm still lifting the arch of my left foot in front to maintain the correct alignment between ankle and knee. I'm not letting go of that focus. Inhale back to plank. Do your best to have your shoulders in a nice flat plane with one another. Keep pushing the ankles behind you. Slight pelvic tilt here, which engages the core so you don't hurt your lower back.
Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Knees come down, butt comes up. Lower the chest and chin. Remember, we spoke about this. You may have to move your hands forward and your knees behind your hips a little bit. Elbows should be up unless you're doing it like me, with my forearms down. Inhale up to cobra. And stay here and just explore the pose. Lengthening the leg, gently bringing the hip points into the mat, feeling the belly button on the mat. Curl the toes under, exhale to downward facing dog. Looking at your hands, inhale, bring the right foot forward. Come into your lunge, hold here. Square your hips. Even if your lunge isn't as deep, it's more important to square the hips rather than having a lower lunge, because we're working on balancing the left and the right side. And you can see for me, I'm like 6 inches difference between my right hip and my left hip. I can't touch my hands to the mat here because I'm tighter on this side in opening that left hip flexor. Hands to the mat, fingers in line with the right toe, hamstring stretched. Exhale, extend the right leg or toe, knee, bringing the right toes up. Exhale back into your lunge. Curl the left toe under. Exhale to forward fold. Your choice, inhale, rise up. Right into a back bend, pass through Tadasana, into back bend, hold. Inhale, come right back to heart center. Exhale, release the hands, left side. Inhale up, hold here. Gaze is on the hands, drop the shoulders. Bring the rib cage in. Hands together, exhale to your heart. Inhale, back bend. Hold. Hands together. Exhale, forward fold. Hold here. Check that your hips are over your heels. Placing the hands on the mat, fingers and toes in line. Inhale, step the left foot back, square the hips. Hold here. Exhale, come into your lunge. Hold. Maintain the alignment of the right foot, right knee and right hip. Hamstring stretch. Exhale, lunge again. Inhale, back to plank. Think about bringing the shoulders away from the ears and then widening the shoulders to the outside as you bring them into the same plane. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Curl the toes under, exhale, downward facing dog. Remembering your breath, the exhale is active. The inhale is passive. So as we continue with the sun salutations, if you begin to get a little winded, try and focus on that exhale. Looking at your hands, inhale, left foot comes forward. Stay here in your lunge. Hamstring stretch, exhale, hamstring stretch. Inhale back to lunge. Curl the right toe under. Exhale, downward fold. Your choice, inhale, let's come up, right to a back bend. Exhale, back to heart center. Release the hands. Let's come into a side bend, open up the palms, inhale the arms up, and exhale to the right. Four, three, two, and one. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the left side. Counting down from 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release the hands. Sun salutation, I'll do the counting. 4 counts inhale, 4 counts exhale. Let's begin. Open up the hands. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Stay here as you inhale, 3, 4, then continue. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold for 5. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Continuing. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Left side. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, hold, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Stay here for 5. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Release. Okay, one sun salutation on your own using the 4 counts. We'll all meet back in Tadasana. Let's begin. Meeting Tadasana. Right warrior two, holding for 2 minutes. Let's really think about holding that exterior rotation of the hips and knees to really open up the hips. All right, so standing leg will be the left leg as we set up. Inhale, bring the right knee up in front of your right hip. Exhale, step back, swivel, square up, and exhale into your warrior two. By keeping the focus on the integrity of the external rotation, that's how we open the hips. That's how we actually bring transformation to the muscular and skeletal system over time. Inhale the arms up. Let's come into a nice wide straddle. Go ahead, come on down. 2 minutes here. Let's think about bringing those shoulders in line, shoulder blades towards one another, shoulders away from the ears. Check your feet, make sure they're parallel or pigeon-toed, not duck feet. Coming out of the pose, place the hands on the mat, flat on the mat. Lift the head, lengthen the back, and let's inhale coming up halfway, as long as you can still keep your hands on the mat. Shoulders behind you. Release the hands, extend them in front. Head is in between the arms, and inhale, come up. And exhale, release. Left side, warrior two. Lift up the toes of the left foot. Point them out, square the hips. Inhale the arms up on the line, and exhale into warrior two. 2 minutes here. Maintain that external rotation as best you can. It really helps to lift the arch. Don't just take the external rotation from the hip. Coming back into that nice straddle, inhale the arms up. This time bring the hands behind your back. Really think about keeping the shoulders behind you, and exhale to forward fold. Let's release the hands to the mat. Ideally, the hands are in between both legs, fingers are lined up with the toes, but if that's not yet in your practice, it's okay to have the arms a little forward. Let's see if we can widen our stance just a little bit more. Maybe come down to your elbows. Let's hold. And from here, toe, heel, back to a forward fold. And let's stay here. Staying down, go ahead, bring your hands to the mat in front of you. Widen your stance as much as needed to come down into a nice low squat. Once you're in the low squat, extend the arms, tuck the head, round the shoulders.
Hi. Hey, friend.
Coming out of this pose, lift the head, place the hands in front of you. Slide the hands a little bit to the left side as we bring our weight to the left foot and free up the right leg to extend it. Right toes up, right knee up. And then let's see if we can bring that left heel down. Some of you can probably do that. Keep your hands on the mat just for stability. It's important here that that right knee is pointing up and the right toes are pointing up. Now let's try and bring those shoulders back, lengthen the back so that we're not all rounded over our left knee. Coming back to a squat, take that right foot, curl it back down, bring the right foot in, and we're back in our squat. Arms are extended. Other side, take the hands, bring them a little bit towards the right, shift the weight to the right foot, extend the left leg, little external rotation, left knee, left toes are up, and let's see if we can sit back on that right heel. Once you're there, lengthen the back, bring the shoulders behind you. Now we're feeling a nice lengthening through the inner thigh. Release and come back to your low squat. Extend the arms, tuck the head. Coming out of this pose, if you don't need your hands, you can do it with control. You simply exhale and sit on your butt. Grab your big toes and come into a straddle boat pose. Shine the heart, bring the shoulders down. All right, let's have a little fun. Let's see if we can keep our legs where they are. They might lower a little bit, but no big deal. Keep the chest up, keep the spine lengthened, release the hands. Bring them in between and just bend one knee and then the other. Keep lengthening the spine. Try not to round. You know, we all saw this on the Facebook commercial, but it's pretty cool. Shine the heart. Don't round the shoulders. And let's grab both our toes and open up again to that straddle. Exhale, release into butterfly. Hold. Right foot now comes onto the mat. Knee is in front or a little bit to the side of the right hip. Release that left leg, open it up to the side as best you can. Now for some of you who have really nice flexibility, this leg is going to be at 90-degree angles with your hip. Mine is not, but yours might. Let's try and keep this right knee pointing up. Can you sit up straight? Inhale, hands up. Look to the left and exhale. Let's come over that left leg without bringing this knee, this right knee in. So you may have the flexibility to do a nice forward fold, but can you keep your right knee up? So you can see for me, it's really different. I can't come down and keep my right hip open. I don't have that flexibility. Inhale, release, come up. Let's do the opposite side. Flex the left knee, bring the foot flat on the mat. That's important. And then extend the right leg. Now when you extend, make sure you're also sitting up nice and straight on those seat bones. All right, so you may look different from me. Your right leg may be at a nice 90-degree angle. Let's release our hands, inhale up, and exhale, forward fold over that right leg. So this isn't so much a hamstring lengthening at the moment as it is understanding where our hips are. Coming out of the pose, go ahead and release the arms so that your head is in between the arms. Inhale, come up, come forward, and release. Let's come back into a butterfly pose. Hold here, relax the hips down. Let's come into Janusasana, the traditional way. Left leg, extend forward. Bring that right sole of the foot in towards the left thigh, sit up straight. Now notice, for some, you're able to have your hips square and the right knee comfortably laying down. For others, you may have to open up that left leg a little bit towards the left side to comfortably sit on top of your seat bones and have a straight back. From here, hands into the sides, palms open, inhale the arms up. Look at your thumbs. Exhale, forward fold. Do your best to keep your head in between your arms for as long as you can. Then release, and let's hold. 2 minutes here. Coming out of the pose, lift the head and lengthen the back. Keep the hands on the mat. Inhale. Let's come right back to a nice seated position. Switching the right knee. Go ahead, bring the right knee up towards the sky. Bringing the right foot on the mat and then sliding that foot behind you. So that ideally, the left foot is next to the right foot is next to the hip, toes pointing down, behind you. The knee is pointing straight towards the short side of the mat. Now, if this is not yet in your practice, you can open up this knee a little bit to the side. In this position, again, sitting up nice and straight, open the hands to the side. Inhale the arms up, looking at your hands. Inhale, a nice controlled forward fold. And hold. Coming out of the pose, lift the head, lengthen the back, slide the hands as you inhale, come back to a seated position. Another variation, let's take that right knee, bring it up towards the sky. Right foot is flat on the mat, as close to the body as we can, and still sit on our seat bones. From here, take that right arm, inhale it up. Exhale, bring it on the inside of your right knee. Come forward and see if you can hook the knee into your armpit and then bring your right arm behind you so that you can extend the left arm forward and then back and hang on to your hands behind your back. Okay? From here, you exhale and you come into a forward fold. Coming out of the pose, unbind your hands, bring them in front of you, lift the head, lengthen the back, and then inhale and slide and come right back to your seated position. Release the pose. Let's do the same thing on the left side. Coming into Janusarsasana. Left foot is on the right thigh, sitting up nice and straight. Square off as best you can. Sitting up straight, hands are open. Inhale the arms up, look at your hands. And exhale, forward fold. Take your time. It's about lengthening the back here. And then come down. Coming out of the pose, lift the head, lengthen the back, let's slide the hands towards the body. Coming back to a nice seated position. Second variation, take that left knee, point it up. And then take the left foot, point it behind you. Left knee is now pointing towards the short side of the mat. Find an angle of your knee and leg so that you can sit equally on your seat bones. And open up the hands, inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. And let's hold here. Coming out of the pose, lift the head, lengthen the back. Inhale, slide the hands back towards the body. Sitting up nice and straight once more. Last variation, go ahead and release the left foot. Bring it flat on the mat. Next to your thigh, close to the body. Left knee is pointing up. Left arm, inhale it up. Bring it on the inside of that knee and then turn the palm out and see if you can catch the knee in the armpit of your left arm. Bring it behind you, bring the right arm behind you. And then exhale into forward fold. Coming out of the pose, lift the head, release the hands. Hands are now on the mat. And inhale, slide up, come back to a nice sitting position. Let's bend both legs and come into easy sitting pose, Sukhasana. Sitting up nice and straight. Spinal twist. Left hand to the right thigh. Inhale the right arm up. Square the shoulders. Exhale, find the turn. Exhale again. Release the hand behind you. Lengthen the back. Relax the shoulders down. Bring the shoulder blades towards the spine and gently down. Coming out of the pose, inhale the right arm up behind you. Exhale, release, come right back to center. Then release the right hand down. Opposite side, right hand to the left thigh. Inhale the left arm up. Lengthen the back here. And then exhale, find your twist. Bring that right shoulder behind. Exhale again, left hand comes down, and you're in your twist. Coming out of the pose, inhale the left arm up behind you. Exhale, come right back to center and release. Okay, depending on which leg of yours is on the outside coming into pigeon pose, take that outside leg, straighten it in front, and then slide it all the way back. Then we come right into pigeon pose. Let's see if we can bring our hands in line with the knee in front, or perhaps a little bit in front. For me, I need to bring them in front. Shine the heart. Exhale, release, come down to your elbows. Drop the head down. Hold here. Inhale, slide the hands back, shine the heart, lifting the torso up. Coming into Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Take that extended leg that's behind you, swing it to the side, to the front, and then bring that foot to come right into line with your opposite foot. Knees are on top of one another. Looks like this. So what's important here is that both seat bones are on the mat. The feet are parallel to one another. You don't have one in front, one behind. Let's just sit like this. We won't do the arms. Let's come into a forward fold. Take your hands in front. Exhale, forward fold. So your chest or your head is resting on your knee. Coming out of the pose, lift the head, lengthen the back. Inhale, slide the hands right back. And now let's release and come into pigeon on the other side. As you come into your pose, let's shine the heart. Exhale, release down to your forearms. Keep squaring the hips. Release the head down to the mat. You can keep your arms where they are, or you can extend them overhead. Inhale, bring the hands back, shine the heart, lifting the torso up. Just come into Gomukhasana, free up that back leg, swing it around. Bring the knees one on top of each other. And best you can, bring that left foot to be in line with your right foot. You'll see that's not possible for me. So I just make a modification as best I can. Hold here, lengthening the spine. Doing our best to have the hips squared and both seat bones equally on the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, release. Let's come back to Gomukhasana. Exhale, release the pose. Come to your back, knees to chin, knees to chest. Let's rock from side to side. All meeting in the middle. Happy baby pose. Bring the arms inside both knees. Grab your big toes if you can. Then open up into happy baby pose. You can rock back and forth here, or you can stay here. Feeling a nice opening through the hips. Relax the shoulders down. Exhale, release the pose, getting ready for fish, Matsyasana. Legs are extended, hands are underneath the butt. Feel the forearms on the mat. Point the toes. Inhale, lift up onto your forearms. Shine the heart. Point the toes. Bring the shoulders behind you. Take a breath in and exhale. Come into Matsyasana. Keep shining the heart, lifting up through the rib cage so you're not dumping weight into the lumbar. 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming out, take a breath in. As you exhale, release the pose slowly. Bending both knees, bringing the feet flat on the mat, as wide as the mat. Release the arms to the sides, palms up. Little spinal twist here, so take a breath in. And exhale, simply let the knees fall to the right, head is to the left. Counting down 4, 3, 2, and 1. Using that pelvic tilt, let's go all the way to the other side. Take a breath in, exhale, contract, find that tilt, float the knees to center and all the way to the other side. Head is now looking towards the right. Counting down 4, 3, 2, and 1. Using a pelvic tilt, come back to center on your own. I'll meet you there. And let's do one more final spinal twist. Bring the knees together, float them over the hips, knees together, feet together, nicely centered over the hips, and exhale to the right as you look to the left. On your own, using that pelvic tilt, go ahead, float the knees up to center and then to the other side. And again, using that pelvic tilt, float the knees to center, knees to chest. Relax the shoulders, relax the neck. And then releasing one leg at a time, come into Savasana. If you're ready to come out of Savasana, take your time. And let's bring awareness back to movement of the body. Toes, ankles, fingers and wrists, take your time. Keeping that wonderful feeling of inner awareness, tranquility and calmness as we bring movement back into the physical body, changing the focus of awareness now. Shoulders, knees, elbows. Perhaps rocking the body from side to side a little bit. And on your next exhale, go ahead and roll onto your right hand side. Take a breath there, and then come to a seated position. Close the eyes. Just take a moment to enjoy this nice sensation. Inhale, hands to heart center, sharing the pranava one time. Take a breath in. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Exhale, bow down to the teacher within. And inhale, come up. Eyes are wide open, we're in full awareness. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Enjoy.
Thank you, Corinne. Wonderful class.
Thanks, good to see you.
Bye.